Okay, like last chapter, I'm going to do a few videos on some core content, especially content that's a little tricky, and then we'll work exercises and reinforce that content. So I'll come back to a lot of these. I'm going to do a few on the symbolization guide. I'm going to start with this issue of the difference between saying two things are false and saying at least one of them is false. Two things are false, at least one of them is false. Okay? And I'm going to do a separate video on the different English ways to express these. But on this video, I want to focus on some of the symbolization issues, particularly one tricky symbolization issue that we've talked about. We talked about in class. I actually talked about it very briefly on a previous video. Okay, both are false. Okay, Ann and Bob aren't here. Neither one is here. All right, we're getting into the English here. Right? No Ann, no Bob. Okay? No Ann, no Bob. Right? On our chart, A and B, we're in this scenario. False, false. Okay? No Ann, no Bob. Okay? All right. You could express that as a conjunction, right? Saying that each thing is false. This is false and this is false. Notice here, the nots apply here, and this is your main connective. We're pretty good on the looking at the homework. We're pretty good on this last chapter, but we still probably need some work with main connectives, especially now we're going from English to connectives. Okay? Both are false. A is false and B is false. Okay? That's a natural way to express that. If you identify a statement as saying that, that might be your easiest way to express it. Okay? It's going to be tempting to you to say, can I say they're both false by just putting A and B in the No. This is the lesson. Okay? This goes here. Okay? This does not say this. This does not express these truth conditions. Okay? This says that this statement, A and B are both here, is false, meaning at least one is not here. Okay? So this does not equal that. This does not equal that. Okay? Do not treat these as interchangeable. You can express this statement with a negation as the main connector, but you need to change this to or, not and, right? If you say, right, if you say two things are false, you're saying neither one is true. Okay, so you could treat that as negating an or statement. Okay, are either Ann and Bob here? No. Neither one is here. Both false, neither one true. That's equivalent. Okay? All right? This goes with this. Now, mark it. Watch this video every time you see both, not both. Okay? This does not equal this. Sorry, this equals this. These, no good. These are different. They look similar. Looking similar is not the same as having the same truth conditions. Okay? Right? If you write it this way, I think of this as the compact version with the this negation is the main connector. This negation denies this statement. With this statement, the only way for this statement to be false is for neither to be here. Are either one of them here? No. Both are not here. Okay? All right. Likewise, okay, you can express this, one of them's missing, at least one of them's missing, this way, of course. Either Ann is not here or Bob is not here. And these are equivalent. Are both of them here? No. Either Ann is not here or Bob is not here. Are both of them here? No. One of them, at least one of them is not here. Okay, so these are equivalent. These are not, and these are not. Okay, hopefully you'd see these are not. Okay, these equivalent with each other. These equivalent with each other. None on the left are equivalent with the right. Okay. Well, I'll say I've alluded to some of the English of expressing this. Right. Two things are false. These are how you can express it. You cannot express it either of these ways. This means one of them is false. This means you're either in this row or this row, or, right? It could be that they're both false, right? But this doesn't say that they're definitely both false, right? This says at least one of them is false. At least one of them is false. Okay? The and statement is false. The and statement that both of these are true is false, i.e. one of the parts is false. Okay. That's the different, that I'm going to come back to this. Now, mark it on when we do it on the exercises. I'm going to say over and over again. This says they're both false. You can't express it this way. Prediction tells me I will still see it on the homework. It just happens. Okay? No judgment. You'll get partial credit for this. But look at this and internalize. Both false is the same as neither is true. So these different forms, right, where I think of this as like breaking out the negation, negating both, right, is equivalent to negating a whole or statement. Both false, negate a whole or statement, right? Not both true, you negate two, or, negate two statements with an or, okay? All right, come back to it. That's the lesson of not writing, don't write this as that. Okay.